It must have been in 1945, 46, that I first set foot in Lepanto Mines. We traveled from Baguio City, where my father was waiting for us. From Baguio City, we had to take the bus to get up to Lepanto. So during the travel, I fell asleep. The truth is I have motion sickness during that time when I was that young. And so it was welcome for my dad and my mom that I fell asleep during the trip. Pretty soon, my dad was waking me up. Oh, we're here. We've reached our destination. So I opened my eyes and said, what happened? Is there fire? Why is there smoke all over? Dad said, don't be afraid. That's not smoke. That's fog. It's like that here in cold places, and we are on top of the mountain. I said, oh, is that so? Then we had to leave the bus, and I felt it was very cold. Anyway, after a few minutes, the sun started to shine. And lo and behold, all around us, in the mountains and in the nearby areas, yellow, golden sunflowers welcoming us. It was such a beautiful sight. So how can I forget days in Lepanto? Anyway, since we have reached our destination, we were ushered to the place we were going to stay in. So looking all around, I said, it looks so different. Where we came from, there were a lot of ruins, ruined by the World War II. Here, there are full-grown trees, big, big pine trees, and they smell so good. That's from the pine needles, my dad says. Oh, is that so? Yes, that's what they call pine needles, not pine leaves. So we reached our destination. It was a beautiful, newly built cottage. Green roof. There's a balcony in front, and the walls outside were painted all white. So green and white, and the trees at the back. And later on, I found out backyard became our playground later. The front area my mother used as a garden. She filled it with a lot of roses and dahlias, huge dahlias, beautiful flowers. My childhood in Lepanto was very, very happy. It was made so because of the friends I gained. Life in Baguio, in Lepanto, was very happy for us children because everything we wanted to do, we were allowed to do. Like we did a lot of games. We have a lot of things to do, such as pottery making out of clay. So the native children were the ones who taught us how to make pots and containers. And then for the food inside the pot, we would just slice leaves and flowers. And we enjoyed it so much. And before I left Baguio, Lepanto Mines, my friend, his name was David. He's a blonde boy. and I buried our toys at the back of our house. So we promised we would come back one day and dig it up. Well, that would never happen anymore because I have reached this age. I'll be 80 and before the end of the month of July. So Lepanto Mines is 5 years older than I am. I had my first communion in Baguio, in Lepanto. It was a missionary priest named Father Omar who gave us, my sister and myself, our first Holy Communion. It was a big event. During that time, children who were having their first Holy Communion, their parents would fast, especially their moms, would fast over them, pretty them up, and have pictures taken. We stayed for a few years. I had my early studies there. My classmates in public school, that was what was available, were natives and other people or children of people from the lowlands and also from different countries. Merong blonde ang buhok, mga Amerikano, merong taga-ibang bansa. So it was a mixed crowd of children. The elder children probably were schooled in faraway places down in the Mangkayan. There is an area there that my sister, my elder sister, was brought as an intern. I would walk to school by myself. It was safe for even children to be by themselves walking in the woods. I remember I had to wear high-cut shoes and to secure my ankles. And I had to wear coveralls. That was my way of going to school with t-shirt inside, stripes, etc. And I would be walking in the woods by myself. And then here comes along my other classmates as I go near the school. We had a lot of games in school. We were taught a lot of lessons, especially poetry, singing. But since it was mostly in English, of course, the lyrics were all in English for us to be able to understand each other because that was a common language among different nationalities. My father, as a doctor, was very much in touch with everyone. I recall that his priority in life was his service as a physician. One thing I cannot forget is one day we were celebrating New Year's Day, New Year's Eve at that. There was an urgent call for him to report to the hospital because somebody got wounded. So he had to leave our celebration and I had to tag along with him. I said, no, I have to go with you. I have to see you at work and it's New Year. Anyway, he allowed me to come. So I was holding on to a walnut that was half open. And when we reached the hospital, I saw the patient he was going to attend to. And I saw part of his skull was gone because of the wound. And I looked into that walnut. I said, my gosh, it's very much like what's in the walnut. So I said, what a challenge for my dad to work on this guy. I hope he stays alive. And I prayed so hard for my dad to be able to perform the operation well. Oh, thank God that patient was saved. He was one of the guards in the hospital who accidentally shot himself because he was trying to clean the gun. So that damaged his skull. Well, it's difficult to have a doctor in the family, like having a soldier also in the family, because the first service that he has to do is the service in the profession that he chose. I was able to enter the mines, one of those holidays where they allowed visitors to enter the mines and see how it operates. Find it such a treasure to be able to have an experience like that, because not everybody could have that same experience. There were piles and piles of rocks there in the cave. And of course, it has the smell of mind matters. Parang merong malangsa, maano. I said, what's that smell? Oh, it's from the minerals that they have to ano. So they would point out, oh, this is copper, this is, and then where's the gold? So it's not that easy to bring out the gold. So it was a mixture of many kinds of minerals. And I remember having a collection of minerals. During those times, they were available. I recall people were very helpful towards one another. Lepanto Mines itself was very helpful to all their employees, and they took care of their employees well. Everybody was happy. Everybody shared what they had with each other. Having all of this, especially after World War II, was really something you can never forget, because it's very much appreciated. I know some dishes that the natives would eat, which I enjoy eating too, which also they consume in the Ilocos region. And pinapaitan,
Kapitan, yeah.
pinikpikan,
Opo.
sinanglaw. I learned how to eat raw kamote. They would be digging, and then I saw my classmate, Igorot classmate, wipe it, then peeled it, and then he was biting. I said, patikim, patikim. I want to taste. No, 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 that's not for you. I want to taste. Oh, it's good. It tastes good. Crunchy, crunchy. There were no artificial food. Fast food was not available, but there was a lot of healthy available food. Thank you so much for not forgetting me and for inviting me to be a part of the 85th celebration. So in July, I'll be turning 80. This means so much to me. So you're just 5 years older than I am. Thank you for making me a part of the 85th anniversary. God bless you.